Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. We're going to talk about XRP. We're going to talk about how they are poised to benefit from the fact that Fedwire is adopting ISO 20022 upgrade. And there's some special analyst that wants to tell you his great ideas about where the price is going. You know, everyone talks about the XRP price. There's a lot more to talk about other than that. You know, it's funny. When I first started in XRP, everyone mocked me because they're like, it's a crap coin. It's a banker's coin. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I invested in it. Yeah, well, it's, they're doing business with the banks. Yeah, copy. That's why I invested in it, because it's going to go up exponentially because banks are reinvesting in it. But then they would just, keep just, that's all I heard. Just squawking. And that's all they wanted to do. But the truth is, there's a lot more to this. I'm going to dive into this story. And I want to remind you, this is the last time we're shutting it off. No more access to mine and Dylan's trade calls and the monthly coaching calls. All right. So if you want to be part of the DeFi masterclass, links down below, and then we're shutting her down any second now, actually. All right, here we go. So it says here, the story's out of the Crypto Potato. I mean, seriously, whatever. Okay. XRP could gain blah, blah, blah. It could gain big as Fedwire adopts ISO 222. Ripple's integration, ties and banking ambitions. Oh, who writes these? All right, let's get into the story. As the U.S. Federal Reserve prepares for a pivotal upgrade to its banking payment system, industry insiders are turning their attention to Ripple's native XRP token. I got to say something. My subscribers, the subscribers of this channel, are so freaking awesome. It's awesome. Type 1 if you agree with that. Everyone that hits the subscribe button has got an interesting skill set, an interesting mindset. Every one of you that I've ever met, like, there's not a lot of ones there. Come on. Hey, Tim, what's up? One of my best friends is on right now watching. Every single person I know from Ninja Nation has been... oh, my gosh. Are you guys... Type yes if you just read that super chat. Holy cow. All right, here we go. I'm going to get off that topic. It says here, the ISO 20022 represents a worldwide standard for financial messaging, offering richer data, improved efficiency, and greater interoperability compared with older systems. The Federal Reserve's services officially confirmed its adoption in the US on July 1st. So let me explain something, because, bro, I was investing in XRP, and when first off, it was called Ripple on CoinMarketCap, and there was no such thing as ISO 222, okay? It was a set of standards developed, and they were out there for institutions to either abide by and build around, or to just say, the heck with it, we don't care. And now it's a hot button topic. It's like using the word blockchain in a stock if all of a sudden you want your stock to explode on the NYSE. It's a real thing. And so a lot of companies are just, hey, we're doing it. Copy. It's a set of standards. It's actually super easy to do it. It's not the end of the world. As a matter of fact, most institutions will be abiding by this standard. Yet everybody just flocks to XRP and XLM and a couple others because of this standard that wasn't always around. Okay, so I want people to separate, and this is going to tick a lot of people off, and they're going to get upset, and they're going to be like, Ninja! And they're going to tell me about some other YouTuber that's like doing this. That's probably only been into XRP for like a year. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that. Anyway, my point being is that you got to set that aside and just know that that's like sort of the minutia and like the hot stuff. But here, I'll show you what's really important about this story. It says this follows, now this adoption by the U.S. Federal Reserve Financial Services, right, just started on July 1st. It says this follows similar moves by other major global payments networks like SWIFT, with Bhushan Rigati, CEO of banking infrastructure provider Finsley. This is where we are now in life. We're like, hey, what do you want to name your company? I don't know, make up a word. Skadooble. Hey, it sounds great. Watch, tomorrow there'll be a Skadooble come out. This is where we're at, right? It says here, the implementation, it says this guy from Finsley says it's a massive upgrade for the entire payment industry. Well, of course, our payment industry is like antiquated and pretty much still on a text messaging app. The implementation itself may not explicitly reference crypto, but XRP supporters have been highlighting Ripple's long-standing alignment with ISO 20022 222. A key opportunity. In May of 2020, the crypto firm became the first distributed ledger operator to join the ISO 222 standard body, laying the groundwork for future integration. Further fueling this optimism is the company's established infrastructure partnership with Volante Technologies, a global provider of payment solutions and a key player in the Fedwire ecosystem. Now, here's where it gets interesting. It recently confirmed its platform will enable settlement using XRP through its connectivity with RippleNet, which was established in October of 2015. This integration means institutions using Volante's cloud-based Fedwire as a service can choose XRP as a settlement mechanism. Now, this is the most important part of that in this entire story. And just a quick thank you. Thank you to everyone that's been hitting the subscribe button. Because I'm not here to give craziness. I'm here to give you logic, and then you're going to get rich from it, okay? So this is the most important part. Volante's cloud-based Fedwire services as a service has been around for a little while, and it's used by a lot of people. They're moving a lot of money, right? When they give an option of you can settle like we've been settling forever in dollars and through our text messaging app and our integrated system, or if you want, we're going to let you use XRP to settle transactions. Yeah, it's 1,000 times faster, and it's like 1/1000th of the cost. Well, what do you think a lot of bank and institutions are going to do? They're going like, well, we don't really like change, but we could try one test transaction. And the second you do a test transaction, they're like, holy moly, this is amazing. This is the logic here. We got to do more of these. And they're going to be like, well, let's do it. We're Volante. And then it's going to pick up. Well, every time one of those transactions happens, not in dollars, not in the Swift system, but in this new system using Fedwire, using the XRP ledger, a little bit of XRP gets destroyed. So now it sounds funny because everyone's talking about this $10,000 XRP, and it's hot in here. Are we going to have $10,000 XRP? Yeah, we're going to. What are you guys looking at? Point being is that we're not going to have it tomorrow. We're going to have it a long time from now, and I will have a lot of XRP when it's $10,000 each. Now that could sound crazy, but it's actually not, because it has to do with adoption and use case, right? And the fact that a little bit of XRP is burnt every time a transaction happens. And there's some other things that are coming down the pike on the XRPL, which I believe, like burning of tokens to be gone forever, that will reduce the float and make Brad Garlinghouse's and all of the Ripple teams and mine and yours more valuable. So I'm excited for those times. When they're going to happen, I don't know. But there's a lot of money to be made in the interim, like all of the DeFi group that sold some XRP, bought XCN, it exploded, went up, it went up over double, like 130%, then they sold some, and then they waited, and when it went back down, they bought more. And even though Ripple's up, XRP, is up to almost $3, DeFi students are up twice as much as anyone that's holding XRP. And guess what? We're about to move into XRP on a very special date. It's in about 8 weeks. But you're not going to know about that, I guess, unless you're part of the DeFi group and the trading calls and all that. All right. With that being said, I thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of the group, it's down below. We're going to close it off pretty soon. You know what? Don't even look. None of this even happened. Just do me a favor. Just look at this really quick. We're going to hit a button. You didn't see anything. See you guys later. Ninja.